making a little complex robot, but it is controlled by living brains much like those inside your head. Researchers.
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bred.
Grow collections around 3,000 rat brain cells in the lab. Cells can grow collections to each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to found out predictably. Signals from robot ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output of these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanting electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here,
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I have 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start prison, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
Communicates robot wirelessly. The team plans to use their robot brain power. New can behave in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Does anybody else hear audio for that? Because I don't on my end, and I sometimes tell me if I.
No, that's video without audio. There's no audio on.
Why did it change? That's weird. Okay, I'll get rid of all of these thingies because for some reason all of these decided they won't use their audio anymore. I have no idea why, so I'm gonna delete them. Anyways, sorry everybody for being a douche nozzle. Here we go. Let's just bring in everybody, and goddamn Dave, one of these days I need to make a Bigfoot thingy-mabobber for you. But so here we just go with this, with the freaks.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
There we go. That's your intro. Is the cuckoo clock for today, Dave?
Yeah, because you're cuckoo.
Can I just say, in the small screen, that Dave, he looks like a slightly younger Steven Seagal. And the only difference being is that Dave isn't the most fucking ridiculous man on planet Earth like Steven Seagal is.
Not the first time I've been compared to Steven Seagal.
Yes.
He is the most ridiculous man on Earth. You got to agree on that.
At the least. He is one of them, for sure.
Well,
I liked his old
Trump. We don't have Trump.
His old shit was great. Yeah,
I liked his old stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Trump's a cunt. Trump's a cunt.
Of course, we're not talking about Trump. Let's go.
Although, if you're talking ridiculous,
Steven Seagal's the last 5 years at the least, it has just been shite of his fucking movies. I'm gonna say 10, but like just go with 5. But yeah, no, Steven Seagal's fucking yes. But how's everybody doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Been a great day here. 32 degrees. Wow. Fucking highly unlikely for England at this time. Yeah, but wow. So that's
what you said last night? I don't know. Anyways. So
I went bed. I'm the most ridiculous man on the planet Earth. Because the ding-a-ling don't work.
Well, have you seen me sitting in a bar? I mean, I'm probably one of the weirdest. So what's really funny is at least like 2 to 3 times a week going out or being at conventions, people call me the most interesting man that they've ever met. And it's so funny because I'm just like, it's so funny. I get it.
You wear a cowboy hat. You look like a cyberpunk cowboy, like from Westworld.
Well, yeah, and I wear a leather alligator pouch. I wear other weird clothings, and I look like this. So yeah, and then as soon as like I forget like how weird my life is comparatively to you normals. Oh, not all of us, but
I'm not
the
normal.
normals,
I've got long tattoo.
No, I know. That's why I regated and I brought it back to the regular humans around us. I'm like, oh yeah, yesterday I swallowed a sword and I let people staple fucking a poster to my back and I just got the back of my knee tattooed and they're like, huh? And you're like, oh, that's not normal for regular people. Yeah, I get it. To me, that's like Thursday. Like it's every day of my life.
You got it right in the face earlier too. I saw your video.
Yeah, and we did the cheek and it was holes. And then we did the side, and then
I used that video to freak my mom out. He was like, what?
Awesome. and then we stapled my back as well, and then I stapled. So what we haven't showed you all yet is I stapled Chung Lee's butt with a flyer, and then she like jiggled it, and so yeah. And her and I are talking. She just got out of the Marines. And she is in Fort Worth, Texas, and she may be. She's going to be working with me doing sideshow. Let's put it that way. She already knows how to do a lot of things, and I'm like, nope. If you're out of the military and you're an ex, that's not the right way to say that. There's nobody that's an ex-military. It's not anymore. Anyways, I don't want to say that the wrong way, but it. Yeah, we already talked about the Marine things in my life. So yes, hopefully I'll teach her to swallow a sword. Let's put it that way. And I'm not going to say any names yet until she says.
You can start. You can start practicing with something else.
Well, that is up to her with consent, being adults. So now let's do the intros.
Quickly, can I just upgrade my one tattoo? I've actually had 2 tattoos. I had that girl's name flowered over.
So do you have a way to show that in any way, shape, or form?
Well, I suppose I can make it into... I'm not going to be you, dude.
Take it. I know, no, I'm not going to ask you to take it off. Take it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's do the intros. Let's do the saying the setting show. And then let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of what we've got today. Because I didn't know that Bearilla was a thing until like a week ago. And when I found about Bearilla, yeah.
Bearilla?
Yes, and there's also like there's like monkey horse or Horsezilla or horse something. Yeah, no, there's 2 new things that I never knew existed, and we're all gonna find out what these dumbass beeps are.
Horse foot.
Yeah, exactly, things like that. So anyways, let's crack on. Let's do this.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid.
So,
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody got an angel.
We got ourselves an angle grinder.
Angle
I have one of those.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Jasper.
So remember, boys, behave. We have.
I was just noticing
I'm just kidding. I wanted to just say that.
That the action bastard fucking kid that he dances like Donald Trump in doing his YMCA.
No, like literally that is how that he dances, and
Yeah.
like I thought of that the other day. I was like, oh my Jesus Christ, they dance exactly the same. And speaking of that, devil,
they got the same intelligence level.
Well, that
Well, no,
and
I'm
same
just
belly
thinking that
size.
If you superimpose Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein and then do his dance and put that vocals in, action bastard, I need you. Action bastard, I
Dude,
need
somebody
you.
needs to do that. We need to do that. We need to do that. Remind us of doing that later if nobody else does it. Anyways, and I'm sure that Angel is going to be. Hold on. I think Angel's going to be way more perverted than all of us. So I didn't need to make that.
I can't hear what you said.
The fuck was that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's in.
$4.99 a minute.
Jesus Christ. But no, what I was saying is, before we got to there, is I'm sure that Angel's going to be way more perverted than all of us. So
more than you? More than you? No,
that's very hard.
That's got to be illegal.
That's very hard to beat.
True, but I might be close.
Maybe you'll be second. You'll be second for sure there, Angel.
Maybe if you got some pedals, then it might be easier to beat.
Okay, so anyways, let's say hello to the side of my chat so we can get into the bullshit that we're doing here. Why are we here? So anyways, elbows up, everybody. Elbows up for the Canadians. Elbows up. Elbows up. And we have a stop the stupid.
Hey, stop.
And we have their commercial for being a channel sponsor. Here we go.
Attention, new New Yorkers! Stop acting so stupid!
There we go. And so now we have a demon orb.
Or B.
We have an AR. What up, motherfucker?
AR. What's up?
And we have a tilting windmill.
Tilty.
Thank you so much for being here. It's so much fun having you here because you're so awesome and you do all the things with posting the stuffs and things whenever you do. You don't need to every time for us, but thank you. Like, you are an awesome
Tilting
background
rocks.
person. Yeah, no, Tilting is an awesome chatter. Let's put it that way. That's the best way. And thank you so much for being here. And then we have a Dave.
Hey, Dave. 10 years ago.
I'm in two places at one time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And we have a Jasper.
Hey, Jasper.
If I miss anybody else, I'm sorry. Just yell out and tell me I'm a dumbass.
You really didn't hear me?
Well, we're here now. No, I didn't say we're done yet. I just said at this point, I hope we did.
Just do it.
Now.
Skitsy!
What the
Okay.
fuck? Not even in my ears.
Jesus.
Hey,
So now that we have Kitten Crasher, here's their commercials. I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, so now let's get and see if there's anybody else. I don't think I.
No, I don't think you missed anything.
Let's see anybody else. That's what I wanted to click on.
If we missed you, say it
Just,
now in the side chat.
Yeah, just go ahead and post.
Hold your peace.
Hold your pieces.
Hold your pieces.
I mean, it could be peace. I mean, we'll see. So now let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of what we're going over today, which is bloodsuckers. And I know some of you out there are bloodsuckers, but we're talking about the cryptids.
I'm
the types that.
Talking about Dracula.
I mean,
fuck him.
Get you.
No.
Get your necks out.
Dracula's technically
tapped up.
I guess that he would be a cryptid, right? Would Dracula be a cryptid? But we're going over other cryptids.
Anything that can't be demonstrated to exist is technically a cryptid. So
God's cryptid.
That makes sense. Yeah, because he's a bloodsucker. Jesus is the bloodsucker. Jesus.
You don't have to be a fucking bloodsucker to be a cryptid. You dumbass.
Gods can be cryptids too. Yep.
Everybody hashtag. Everybody
Kong,
hashtag. Sure.
Stop talking over Slim.
Yes, hold on.
That's what we always do.
I know, but hold on. Everybody hashtag bloodsucker Jesus. Hashtag bloodsucker Jesus.
Oh, he eats brains. He's zombie.
Sure, but I just want to make this a trend, okay? Jesus Christ.
For fuck's sake.
Jesus has his minions in the mega churches to suck all your blood out of you.
I'll show you the churches of the
fucking destroyed, of course.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and do this, and let's share the screen so that we can begin going over. We're going to go over Bearzilla first because I have not heard about this until a week ago.
Oh my!
And totally. It literally is.
Oh my!
So, let's go ahead and get into the beginning of the insanity. I am going to speed this up a little bit because, unfortunately, people that live in the backwoods, and I'm not saying everybody, they talk a little slow sometimes. So let's make it so that it's not as slow as possible.
Yeah, like that bitch from yesterday. Like, what was it? 1.7? 1.7?
Yeah, no, literally, and
it was still normal talk. Like, what the fuck?
And she literally was still talking like this, and it's like, oh my god, how much more can I speed this bullshit up before we need to make it like a squirrel's talking?
Forest of Daniel Boone and small wooden houses of the pioneers. The era of the early settlers has long passed, but nature still dominates this landscape. For centuries, locals have been told that the forest hides aggressive, potentially lethal creatures. The last on this list.
And what is its name? I'm gonna slow it down just so they can say it really quick, and then we will speed it back up.
The Bearilla, a biped with werewolf-like features.
I'm Jason Caldwell. 31.
Hey, now after we heard the Bearilla with werewolf, what is? Yeah, and what does bear and rilla mean? Bear and gorilla. And this motherfuckers, they said something completely different than that. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, just watch. And of course, this dude, of course, saw this shit. Again, I am going to speed it up because you do not want to listen to him talk as slow as he does.
He saw it when he after drinking homemade liquor.
Do they?
Yeah, no, they were drinking the moonshine while they were having sex with their sister, and out of the woods came.
Years old. I've lived in Mount Sterling, Kentucky my whole life. I like to hunt, fish, and take care of my kids.
What?
Do they not have dentists in the Appalachians? I was just wondering.
That is not a thing. No, that is not a thing. They do their own teeth work, and even if they have a way to do dental stuff, there's like one dentist within 2 gazillion miles of each other. Not to be a dick, and I'm not just saying that to, but like literally, I think we did the Appalachians mountain thing like a year ago, where we were talking about like the big feats and stuff, and they were talking about, hey, there ain't no person that got no dental equipment around here. I gotta drive 2,000 miles up the fucking mountain, down the mountain to get to you guys. Let's give me some kind of dental stuff. So
I always remember that horror film Wrong Turn when I look at people like this.
Well, and of course, why would they trust the government to like work on their teeth, even though the government doesn't work on your teeth, you weirdos?
My name is Jeff Caldwell, and I'm his father. Got a great son here. I'm really proud of him.
It's been 15 years since Jason saw Bearilla. The encounter has haunted him ever since.
Well, Jason, he always has been
15 years since this happened. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because I'll do it this way. There we go.
Some dad you are.
After this, he's uncomfortable being in the woods now by himself. And I can understand why.
Summer '99, me and 5 other guys camping. I was going to graduate in a couple.
Hey, did you hear what he fucking goddamn said? He said him and his boys were in the fucking mountains 15 years ago. He got really drunk and snorted some cocaine while he was doing some other meth and other things, and he woke up and his butthole hurt. Yeah, no, your friends, you pretended to be Bigfoot and then they did this to you. That's how this works. Yeah, if you don't understand how your friends are fucking with you at this point, then you don't know how this world works.
A couple years, we had a fishing trip planned the next day, so we was going to be up early, no drinking that night at all. It was just good, clean fun. We go to sleep, 3 of us stay in the truck.
Tell me that fucking happens in the fucking forest. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're already lying to us, saying that y'all were sober the night before.
Slim. 15 years ago, he was not legal to drink yet. That's why he's seeing that.
Yeah, sure, of course. But again,
because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
Sure, but again, shut the fuck up. You're lying to him. You know what I'm saying?
On the shrine by the age of 5.
Do you want to know how you get fucking little babies to teeth in the South? You fucking rub whiskey on their gums. Like, that's literally what you're taught to do to children. Until nowadays, and you're like, oh, probably shouldn't do it. Although, again, a little bit of alcohol isn't bad. Just what you teach them afterward and other things, that's the problem.
We were taught that here, too. A teaspoon of whiskey or brandy or something in there.
Hello, G2.
It makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Yes.
And now I think about that shit, that has got to be, that's got to be wrong.
Well, hello,
babies.
Hold on. Hello, G2, and yes, exactly. Once again, what we have talked about, and welcome to the
hey, G2
stream. What we've talked about before and what we've gone over and that we, through all the things is every time you recount an incident that happened in the past, you remember the last time you told that story. Is that the proper way to say it? Did I say that right? It's something like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's like Chinese whispers, isn't it?
So you never, like the first time you remember the event, and every other time you think about it, you remember remembering.
And and it gets elaborated on.
And so that's why the big fish gets bigger. Yeah. I caught a fish that's fucking 20 foot wide. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, no, I mean, it was 24 inches. Just my brain after a while just made it huge for no fucking reason. So that's what the whole. Oh Jesus Christ! Of course, this swat whistle just came into the thing.
Just fucking ignore the Nazi.
Hey, Pastor.
You know, and we'll not. And G2, thank you for being here. And if you hang out long enough and you do keep being like you are in the chat, we'll make you blue. If you don't know,
She was one of my friends. I co-host with him on his channel.
Oh, well then they're going to be blue. Never mind. Just do this right now then. I don't even need to wait then.
Yeah, if somebody here vouches for you.
Yeah, then you're already going to be blue because that's how this works. Because I don't want to look at the chat always, and especially I can't always. So that's why you all have the wrench. So you all can figure out and do whatever, and I trust all of you if you are blue. And I'm just going to keep cracking on while
you all know the score with Pastor.
Just shh. That's what she said last night.
Yeah. Guys, here's something. Wake me up. It says something's around the tent. Open up the
I've seen it.
6'5", 7 foot tall, gray silver-like creature. It wasn't a human-like face, a little bit of a long muzzle, and then it was gone. It was just.
So for just a millisecond,
give it just a little.
You boys were sober.
Give it a little boost too, Slim.
Yeah, it was real quiet and it was kind of stuttering a little bit.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, well, I was doing that. Yeah, okay. Let's hear the boys talk about this for a second again, then we'll do it this way.
And a feeling I've never felt. A little bit of a long muzzle, and then it was gone. It was just, and a feeling I've never.
I want to go this much more. There we go.
Should I turn the quality down on the video a little,
guys,
maybe?
Here's something. Wake me up. It says something's around the tent. Open up the tent and look.
Is it still like horrible?
Yeah.
It's all right by me.
Well, it's
I can hear
really?
it. I like the way they put the dramatic music in it, though. It sort of adds the ambience.
My computer is freaking out, so maybe, but
yeah, I think it was dropping frames.
Let's.
Are we going to prove Bear Grilla tonight?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, no, Bearilla is totally going to be proven with these little itty bitty berries that are on the Bearilla on these little itty bitty berries that are on this little planet.
I can prove that fairies wear boots.
Fairy boots. Okay. Hold on. I have to do this. Do this. Fairy boots. There's fairy's boots.
Fairy has boots. Oops. I got some boots for my fairy in honor of Ozzy.
Fairy totes.
Yes. And I keep saying Bear Grilla because we have a survivalist in the UK called Bear Grylls.
Yeah, we know Bear Grylls. We know who that is. But
exactly, yeah. Well, that's why it's confusing me a little bit.
See, I kept saying earlier today and yesterday Bearzilla, and it's Bearilla. Yeah. I kept putting Zilla in it, and it's not the combination of the reptoid with a bear. No, it's a bear and a gorilla. Yeah, exactly.
A bear and a monkey.
And that's
ape.
Sure.
I've seen it 40 yards away, tall, 6 foot, 6.5, 7 foot tall, gray silver-like creature. It wasn't a human-like face, a little bit of a long muzzle, and then it was gone. It was just a feeling I've never felt, seeing something like that.
6 foot. Okay, so about
a long muzzle isn't Bigfoot. A long muzzle would be a werewolf or a dog man or some kind of dog thing.
Hold on. It is Bearilla we're talking about.
Really, yeah.
So it's a bear and a gorilla put together, supposedly, that this twat is talking about. Again, I've never heard of this. But I didn't know how much there was of the thing. So let's just delve in further.
Well, that's why Goldilocks escaped, because she ate all the fucking right foods of every.
And
of
Bear of the Illa happened.
They were about to fucking eat her, but she escaped because the fucking Bearilla turned up, and all the bears shit themselves and ran.
Bree just covered something that happened in Japan back when some bear kept coming after people. It got the taste, or maybe it was just old or whatever the deal was, but it was coming in the villages, going right into people's little houses there and killing folks. So don't mess with bears. Yeah, it doesn't have to be an illa. A bear is enough to mess you up big time.
Oh yeah, if it's Japanese, fucking Bearilla.
But that's what's ridiculous. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's what I feel like a lot of people see that they think is a Sasquatch, is a bear that is just doing certain things that they don't think looks natural, and they misconstrue it. Because bears will stand up, they will take bark off of a tree while they're standing up. They will run away from you in a certain way if there's so much stuff on the ground they can't like actually run. They will hop over crap right onto. So does things look like things and stuff? And the other thing I always want to say is how many fucking crazy crackheads in the Appalachians are just wild men that are running around on meth with no clothes on.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It's predisposed in your mind. My buddy Trees that I did a bunch of grassmans with, he swore he saw a Bigfoot one time because in that moment, the first thing that comes in your mind when this big dark thing is in front of you is Bigfoot. But after reflecting on it a little while, he was like, it was probably a bear.
Well, that's what happened with me with like ghosts and a couple other of like weird situations.
And also, you got to think it's the Appalachians, and they're mostly moonshiners. A lot of these people, and there's three parts of the moonshine. You got the heads, the hearts, and the tails. It's the heart you want to make a decent, vodka or whatever they make, but a lot of them just take the heads as well, which the heads are basically nail varnish. That's the stuff that makes you go fucking blind.
And that's what most of the crazies do there. But anyways, here's the other thing is those people don't want you to be around them. What's the easiest way to get you to not be around them is to scare you away.
Well, you mentioned ghosts, Slim. That's one of the best examples because I heard a noise one night and I jokingly said, it must be the ghost, right? Because that is what comes to your mind when you hear a noise at night, especially, something was out in the garbage cans or something, But, and we all chuckled because, what's the first thing we think of is a ghost. So your brain just goes right to it. Even if you're just joking around, it's still in your brain.
Well, and we are, and yes, and we're totally like preconditioned for that as well. Like it isn't somebody telling you, oh, it's probably the wind, it's probably something banging against. No, we're pre-positioned to already think of ghost spirits, the Holy Ghost, the Jeebus, the other things. Even though those don't go together. Like actually, if you were into being a Christian, those things don't actually go together other than the Holy Spirit being a Holy Spirit, and there's nothing else after that. But anyways, we'll talk about the difference between all that crap and another religious nuts thing. But our brain, when you see something out in the wilderness that's fucking crazy as shit, we're pre-positioned. What is it? It's called whatever. When you hear a bush jiggle and you see two things that look like eyes, you were going to assume it's a leopard in the bush or a predator in the bush.
It's conditioning, basically.
Yes. Yeah. It could be fucking a prostitute with jiggly fucking tassels on her nipples sitting in the bush, about ready to jump out and be like, "Hey, free blowjobs!" But you you see this and your brain automatically will go to that because we're preconditioned to see that.
And you're better off to run and live it to be wrong another day. If it was just a bird on a stick and it fell and it scared you, well, okay, no harm, no foul, right? You lived another day. If it was a bear, you didn't live another day. So it's kind of better to get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's what conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists, that's why they thrive, is because of that. Is, okay, well, it didn't kill me, so now I can still cling on to it. And then it's like, no, that's not 100%. But then that's why we're still alive. And you still have to think about that when things happen, is fight or flight. Do I sit around and wait to die, or do I just yeet until it's safe?
Now, Bigfoot won't make any noise tilting. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, it was Bigfoot. So you ain't got no worries.
Yes, exactly.
All hail Bigfoot.
All hail Bigfoot. Yes.
Yep. Pretty cool cryptid.
Yeah, instead of, it's not aliens. I'm not saying it was Bigfoot, but it was Bigfoot. Totally. Okay, so let's crack on with this.
That's right. It was Bigfoot.
Yes. Come on, computer. Jesus Christ. Come on, computer. You can catch up.
Dude, you need to upgrade from Windows 98.
Totes. I need an upgrade.
Windows 98 was one of the best ones.
All right.
In these isolated areas.
Unfortunately, I spent too much money on other things that are not. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, everyone has something to say about the rumors of monsters lurking in the forest.
Most people have heard stories because the stories go way back in history in Kentucky. My mother has those stories of seeing creatures in the woods.
My mother had stories of seeing creatures in the woods after she... Anyway, let's crack on.
I tell my grandkids all the time, there are no such thing as monsters.
Well, it's been about a year ago. I was
driving home.
I seen something go across the road in about 4 steps.
He's going, there's 4 states and he found...
She didn't see aliens. Remember in Aliens when the little girl said, Mama always told me there were no monsters, but there are.
And then, but there are, yeah.
So I just kind of got a glimpse of it.
There's some wild bear and normal things, but no Bearilla.
It was dark in color.
She just said Bearilla. I have sped this up, just FYI again. But she literally said that there's Bearilla in the woods.
Now, a gorilla getting loose, maybe, right? Things get loose from circuses and stuff, but to actually have the cross between a bear, that's going way out there.
And she was wearing pearls in the South. What the fuck? That's just basically the South. These are all Confederates.
Yes, of course, obviously. So the thingy-mabobber about Bearilla is there a version, or was there one bear that was born with weird features? Or if you're fucking drunk on moonshine or any other fucking drug, are you going to see this not properly? I mean, like, there's so many other things. Occam's razor, I mean, that's not it. But like,
no, it is. It is.
Is it Occam? Okay, the most basic thing is going to be the thing, right? So, I mean, like, what do you think is actually happening? You idiots are not seeing things properly or not thinking of it, because, like you were saying earlier, Dave, when you hear something, ghost, Bigfoot,
and you think of what the story that grandma or your mama or your papa or whoever was telling this story, that's the first thing comes in your mind. Yeah,
and what really sucks nowadays, and what is never happened in the past, to the best of my knowledge, which should happen, and I think it happens more, honestly, is when you become a teenager or start to grow up, somebody tells you the tooth fairy is not real. Santa Claus isn't real. God, it's not real. We did this to do that, and then the Easter Bunny, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, motherfuckers were not raised that way. Nobody told them Easter Bunny's fake. Nobody told them God's not fucking real and Jesus didn't die on the cross for your fucking sin. Or that's a story to get you to fucking behave and blah blah blah. And we go to like that is crazy when I talk to people and they're like, yeah, the tooth fairy. And you're like, wait, nobody told you that's fucking fake and you're fucking in your 60s? What the? And I know they like don't believe, but like their brain holds on to that weird, crazy thing. And you're like, wait, how does that work?
What? Now you're going to say that Father Christmas doesn't exist, aren't you?
Well, that's
long as you don't say Bigfoot.
But anyways, it's the same thing as the Mahabharata where.
If he says there's a Bearilla, he's pulling your leg.
Like I say, it was very large, so I've never seen nothing like that there. I can't say that it was a Bearilla, but I can't really tell you.
Okay, maybe that lady was anti and she said it wasn't real. But anyways.
I don't know. It might have been me. I'm the meanest thing in Mount Sterling.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's Ron Coffee you'd call to the rescue.
My name's Ron Coffee. I started this 4 years ago. We were considered kooks.
Ron Coffee.
I am Lori Coffee.
Ron Coffee.
I am the wife of Ron Coffee. He's a cryptozoologist.
They are on crack.
I've heard that name before. I've heard that name
in the
before.
Bearilla.
He's a cryptid zoologist.
Yeah, well,
he should be mates of them. Best mate.
Well, no, that's what it is they are involved with cryptozoology, but I guess now their forte is Bearilla.
Known worldwide for studying the Bearilla.
Cryptozoology means it's an animal that is known but unidentified. And once it becomes identified, then it comes into the field of zoology.
Ron and I started the Gateway Paranormal Society back in 2008. Together, Ron and I.
So the Paranormal Society of something, that's why we've heard of it before, Dave.
He was a little bit wrong. It's not something that's known to exist. It's something that's believed to exist, and there's no evidence for it. If it was known, there would be evidence for it. So he slipped known in there, it's no.
It's monsters.
Yeah, and this would not be the first time that all of us have actually heard of this, because I think none of us, other than my dumbass, and maybe Dave has heard of this. Other than that, none of us should have ever heard of this, because like literally I didn't even know about this, and this is what we fucking do for a living nowadays, is look this bullshit up. I never heard of Bearilla until 3 days ago is when I found it, and then I tried looking up more stuff on it, and literally it's these two cunt whistles that are the only people that talk about it. Like, there's nobody else in the world that talks about it besides these two people, and we're going to hear this right now.
Researched Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster.
Of course, they said they did this, but let's go, keep on going, dog.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Bearilla, the Bigfoot, and all that one day will be known, but right now we don't know what they are.
The Bearilla, however,
you don't know what they are. See, you just said
any of the other cryptids we've encountered.
Hey, you got a Bigfoot.
Yep.
Bearilla sounds like a dance move.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what these is, and then you think this lady can convince you to
or a nut. Bearilla nut. I had a Bearilla nut once. Drove me insane.
Sure.
According to Ron, you need a certain amount of background information to better understand the Bearilla phenomenon.
Well, first off, the name. How to get that name? Back in 1972, a farmer saw a walk across the road in front of him, described as solid white, long-haired, rather hunched over. But anyway, he was the first person to actually go to the media about it in 1972. And the only words he could think of to describe it was it's half bear and half gorilla. The news media picked up and called it the Bearilla. So that's how it got to be the Bearilla. And then there was a whole rash of sightings on about that time. Most people just describe it as basically people use the word werewolf as being the best description. And I hate to use that word
Then why would you call it a Bearilla if it looks like a werewolf? What the fuck are we talking about anymore, you weirdos? And this guy looks drunk as shit. Like, he drinks way too much moonshine. I'm drunk right now, obviously. But this motherfucker is definitely way drunker than I am talking about this.
People automatically get the wrong idea. I don't believe in werewolves, not in the traditional sense. But that's the description most people get. It looks like a werewolf.
Then why is it called a Bearilla? I don't understand why people do this to us.
From minor differences, witness testimonies are remarkably consistent.
Yeah, why don't you just call it a werewolf? And again, then why did we... This looks nothing like...
Or a werewolf.
A bear?
It sounds more like a Dogman story.
Can I quickly say,
exactly.
What's a werewolf that's not in the traditional sense?
That's the Dogman. It's not quite a werewolf. It's a Dogman. And
well, I'm a dog.
Yes.
No, you're
yes,
the Dogman. This is just a dog.
So once again, I think so. The difference is, dog, is this looks more like a Dogman than a werewolf because it is walking on all fours. They're saying that it is more wolf-like than a man, where technically a werewolf is a man that is wolf-like. This is
no, what I meant was, he said in the traditional sense. In the traditional sense, obviously, it can be killed by a silver bullet. It's used. It just it's anamorphic. Like it can just change it to a human into a dog. And what is this?
So this is more
cartoon.
like a werewolf. Hey, Kentucky.
Well, he said it was gray too, didn't he?
Yeah, and he did say that. And so this is more like
that's even more Dogman than
exactly
bear.
Then exactly. I don't know why we ebbed into the flow of this bullshit because now it just proves that you're completely wrong and this is completely two different cryptids that you've just delved into.
It sounds like David just picking on my age. Because I'm almost.
Well, let's hold on. Let's just crack on and listen to what they say next.
About 2 meters tall, with a coat of black and silver fur, able to move on 2 or 4 legs. It has a wolf-like face, long, menacing arms, and sharp claws and teeth. If you see one, run.
They literally just made it sound like a fucking Dogman. And then do that too. But no, it literally sounded like a Dogman.
It's the same like with a bear. Like if a bear is coming your way, like don't run because you will not outrun the fucker.
The funny thing is this guy's trying to debunk a Bearilla with another fucking cryptid. What's wrong with that? Does anyone see what's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know if he's trying to debunk. He's just saying that I don't know why we had that connection.
Well, you did say it may not have been a Bearilla. It may be in a Dogman.
Sure, but still, sure.
They just wanted their own name. Yeah, they just wanted their own name for something.
Probably.
Well, they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough things to go off of for a 2-hour long video for Bearilla, and then so they had to springboard through things.
Ron Kosh's quest began.
Cousins and I were someplace we weren't supposed to be, of course. We saw what looked like a very large dog walking on all fours toward us. He comes up.
So how does that again look like what we were talking about before? Now you're talking about a dog thing again, you dumb cunt.
So, Slim, I got a very important question for him.
Okay, sure.
If it was coming his way on 4 legs, how the fuck is he still alive?
He luckily somehow, but I think that this is where we're going to get into, there's an actual, scientist who's going to talk about this a little bit. I think that this is where we get into it. I might have to skip around just a tiny bit, but I'm pretty sure we're almost there.
Is that also a scientist that is has a degree in zoology or something like that?
Yeah,
we'll see.
In his lab.
We'll see.
Numbers. And it's estimated we probably have somewhere between 300 and 500 bears in the state. My best guess for what people have seen in the woods would be that it could be a young black bear. It's very common that if you do see a bear, it's foraging around trees or something, that it can easily reach up to pull a beehive out of a tree. And when a bear raises up on two hind legs, it looks very humanoid. Its hands are sort of long. But a lot of times people don't get that second glance, or they're not experienced enough to look.
Yeah. I'm going to let him talk more, but here we blow. Like, what do you all think is happening in front of you? Like, literally, it's most likely this. How many people actually see a bear? And if you do, how are you not scared? And if,
that toothless guy saw a bear. He literally went to his dad and gave him a story of Bearilla. Bearilla.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is then like you're gonna see things in weird light, and if you have like a headlamp or blah 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 or whatever, and then like if you're in the woods where it's like dark and you see something and you're a little bitch and you look at it once and you run away from it, yeah, that's what you're gonna think. It's a blah blah blah. The most of the times that like I use this as an example, but I don't know if this works 100%, but fuck it. I'm always going to say this. When I used to do shit tons of hallucinogens and drugs, we would think that there was like a robot, like a murderous robot that was there with something, or there was a this or that was trying to kill us, an octopus, a something. And everybody's running away from it. And I would just walk up and touch it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it's literally this and this. Like, I didn't run away from it. Like,
You were a brave boy.
Well, I didn't care about dying from it. Like, what? If I die from it, that would be awesome. You want to know why?
You were nice and toasty, that's why.
Well, that, but not just that. If I died from touching an alien, oh my God, I'd be famous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Like, honestly, every single time I did something, I knew.
The biggest thing is people just don't realize how large wild animals are.
Yeah,
you see them on TV or, way off in some kind of a zoo thing or something. When you get up close to one, it's a whole lot bigger than you thought.
And not just that, but like the other thing that we do with noises, right, with Sasquatches and stuff, right, Dave, is things sound really fucking insane, and like if you don't know what they sound like. Hey, James, you.
Right.
Oh yeah, like a very simple example for that was like first time when my son saw me play Red Dead Redemption at night. Like when it turned night, he was like, "What are all those scary sounds?" Like, yeah, that's what
it sounds like.
Those are animals. Those are just the animals that you would come across in the wild.
Yeah, that's why snipe hunts have always been so popular, because when you're out in the quiet woods at night, you hear plenty of snipes. They're everywhere.
Well, a fox's mating call is like a woman being fucking raped,
murdered. Yeah, no, totally. And other animals.
That's
and other animals.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing too. A lot of cryptids are never seen; they are heard. And it's exactly what Slim is saying. It's you never heard that before, or only certain times a year you might have missed it before, because it's like Dog said, when they're mating or something. Otherwise, they're not making those sounds.
They're obviously in competition with each other to be the best hide and seekers in the fucking world.
Yeah, and then everything makes it something that doesn't sound fucking right. Like. The thing that fucks with me a lot is when I I actually meet voiceover actors that are the people that do the English versions of the animes that they do not look like those voices. You know what I'm saying?
God,
like
so
they still might be sexy, but you're like, wait, you're fucking Sailor Moon? Like this weekend, I met like some of these people that like your brain does not let you completely connect the dots 100%. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're fucking hot as shit. Just I can't see you as that character.
That was the DJs of old, right? Everybody thought they were like these sexy beasts, and actually they were like 5 foot tall and 5 feet around.
Yeah, exactly. Similar.
No offense to anybody dealing with a weight issue, but just saying, you hear him on the radio, and it's like, oh, what a sexy man, right? No, it was just they had a good voice. That was
well. That's what we always do is the radio voice. You always say you've got a voice for radio, and that meant that.
You got a face for radio.
Yeah, you got a face for radio.
Yeah.
But like, we got our Dave here, and like, he's good looking and's got an awesome voice.
Yes,
so.
definitely.
Steven Seagal.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not good look. Anyway, Slim, you touching an alien and dying, it's almost impossible. You know how many people around the world have been anally probed by these fucking beings?
Oh, I thought you were going to say by me. I was like, yes, definitely. I've anally probed a lot of people. But
those probing stories are often very lonely people living all alone in the middle of nowhere, and
at least I goddamn probe all those lonely people in the middle of nowhere. Oh, you meant the aliens? Sorry, you're
gonna have those dreams, right? You're gonna have those dreams.
Yeah. Probe of death, the totes.
Then their best friend has probed them a bit too hard, and like, how are you gonna explain that to your doctor? Like, you're gonna just say it was aliens.
Hey! Donald Trump told me to put a violet wand up my ass and turn it on high, and I got burned up my bumhole, and it's because of him. That's all you need to say.
That's a lie, because you're not fucking 14 years old.
Wait, I'm not. Never mind. She's cracking out. Yes. Back.
Not anymore.
They're pegging on accident. Yes, pegging accident. Totally. That's what happened. And I fell on it. Yes, totally. That's
nobody ever accidentally loses anything in there. Yeah.
No.
Classics.
I fell on that light bulb. Yeah, totally. That's how that works.
I was changing it. It come from the ceiling, and I don't know why it got there.
I was practicing doing a handstand, and I split my legs open with no clothes on, and the light bulb from the ceiling fell out, and somehow it ended up inside of me and not burned me at all. It was totally cold when it happened, and never mind. I'm not gonna take that scenario any further because okay. So now I'm going to, now that we gone that motherfucking far, I am going to keep playing this. I'm gonna grab another beer because goddamn, I need another beer after that bullshit. And then we will talk about this.
Are we still in this doctor in his lab?
Yes, we're still talking about this for just a millisecond. By the way. And we're going to get into other things in just a second, but we want him to tell us how dumb everybody else is that just had sputtered out anything in the beginning of this, what we've gone over.
Where the details are. And sometimes, your eye play tricks on you.
The first modern testimony of Bearilla's existence coincides exactly with the return of black bears to Kentucky.
I know the Bearilla's here. It's just a matter of finding the proof that he's here.
But Ron and Jason are convinced that the monster they saw is no mere bear.
He could be on the other side of the bush right now. We couldn't see it. It's just the vegetation is so thick. And so much of Kentucky is like what we're standing in now. So it would be very easy for a Bearilla to hide in this type of wilderness.
How would it be easy for it to hide if it's a fucking huge ass animal? What are we talking about anymore? This is not like a lizard or something small. I hate when these idiots say that. Hey, out in the middle of the fucking forest where we got fucking 12 fucking people and we got all these producers and all these people got other. Hey, it's really hard for them to fucking not be fan. What are we talking about?
That's the argument they use, Slim, that new species are always being found. And it's like, yes, but they're usually a tiny little frog or something that lives under the leaf of a plant. It's not an 8 foot or 6 foot
often
bipedal critter.
They are first mistaken to be a different animal that is there. They're seen often, and then like, oh wait, this is actually a different species.
Well, and hold on really quick, and just like you were saying, Dave, exactly, and Brainless, we find a gazillion of the things, but it's just a new plant species. It's a new small newt. It's a blah blah. Is a mosquito or something else. Yeah, totally. That makes sense. How are you hiding huge ass fucking beings in places that now? Okay. 20 years ago, I would be like, okay, let's start doing fucking hunting for Bigfoot, okay? Now there's trail cameras everywhere. Now we have fucking everybody in their mom's fucking house, cabin, fucking a vagina, penis, phone, a watch has a camera on it. Everything has a camera on it. You can't not record anything anymore.
And if you want to say there's a Bigfoot, right, and it's supernatural, it just shows up at will, whatever. Okay, it's the same as a god or anything. But if you're trying to talk about anything that is so-called real, now you have to talk about breeding populations.
Yeah.
So it's not just one. You have to have all the cousins, all the wives, or whatever they call their missuses. And you have to have all the youngins, right, in breeding populations. And not like some of these folks marrying your cousin, right? You want to have enough of a population that you're not there, or you're getting genetic diversity.
So, Dave, about how many of a thingy-mabobber of a species have you come to find out that they would probably need if we were going to say a species can propagate without interbreeding? Have you looked that up?
The cheetahs have dropped down to like around 1,000, and they're all getting inbred. So I would say more like 10,000.
No,
sure,
minimum.
Let's
Bigfoot
just
has a genetic make. Hang on, Bigfoot has a genetic makeup that is able to make digital footage look like Sony P9 fucking footage. That's what
it doesn't. Yeah, it like I say, if you want to say your God exists out there and you can't detect it or whatever, well, I can't really argue with you. And same thing if there's a Bigfoot, a Mothman, whatever.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't really argue against. But if you're trying to say it's a real animal that they're looking for in the woods, then you have to go to a breeding population.
Yeah, and then let's just hold on, dog. Hold on, dog. Let's just pretend that we're going with not the fantastical thing where they're holograms and they can blah blah blah. You need about 500 of a species out in the wild running around to eventually, and all of them need to already not be inbred.
Right.
You have to have 500 of a natural. So say you dropped a species that are not inbred at all. Their DNA has not been crossed. 500 of a species into a place, and then it bred from there. That's what you would need for it to keep going.
And nature will do that, especially with territorial animals.
Yeah. Sure.
They have an area, and then when they find a mate, they go to another area. So they're diverse enough.
Yes.
But you
so
just
if
don't
we're
get
talking
that
about,
hanging out in the neighborhood.
Well, if we're talking about a big feats, something that's that huge, that can't happen without us noticing. Like we already understand ferrets, mice, rats, and other micro species that are invading, and we can find them and track them and try to get rid of them. And unfortunately, in the past, we've done the wrong things and put the things. But
I think we have a better chance of finding a sea monster because so little of the ocean has been explored than we are finding something that lives on land, where you can go to Google Earth right now and look in your neighbor's backyard and there's nothing there.
So yeah, definitely.
I think
you go
Are
down
we talking
in the sea? There's fish with lights on them, like indicators. They say I'm going
Hold on.
Weird.
Yeah. If we're talking about in locks nowadays, I'm sorry, lakes and rivers. If we haven't figured it out now, no. But yes, in like the Mariana Trench and the other thingies, and I know I said that weird. The other thing is yes. Thank you. Anyways, I know, yeah, totally. Like, are there the thingies and the mabobbers that are weird things? Yes. Are we going to find a mermaid? Fuck no. But yes, we're going to find weird things for sure that we maybe...
My son got suckered in when he was still younger than my older boy. And he came into my bedroom. I was already in bed. And he's like, Dad, they found a mermaid. Mermaids are real. And I didn't have the heart. I let him go with it for a little bit just to enjoy the moment.
Was it that documentary?
But then it was the Discovery Channel thing, yeah. And then I had to say, that's not real, And he's like, "Oh, they got me, didn't they?" And I was like, "It's all right, it's all right."
That's the word.
That's the only correct answer.
That's a good introduction to being got. I think maybe.
Yeah, he did say it. He's like, "Oh, they got me." He understood.
Yeah. And especially being somebody who you are, from that happening, you are probably one of the best people to take them through the process of going through it next, if it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were like, huh, what, huh? Then you could go, all right, so here's how this goes. But luckily, you already taught them, of course, obviously, how to know their... Yeah. But that's the problem.
Gullibility is not conspiracy, or like, it is conspiracy. It creates gullibility.
One of the most messed up things that I've been going through right now is I am watching. I'm actually sleeping through Ancient Aliens. Because, like, I already know everything.
That's going to give you nightmares, Slim.
No, I know, and I wake up.
I'm gonna probe you, dude.
Gonna get probed, yeah.
Dude, I literally wake. I literally wake up. Hold on. I literally wake up to fucking frizzy hair crazy guy saying crap, and I'm like,
oh, he is.
Are you kidding me? Like,
so fucking weird.
I'm like, you want to know why everybody voted for Trump? Because goddamn ancient aliens. Literally, it's so racist and so like, oh my god, the black people could have not done this because how could they have put together rocks? And you're like,
it was all turnout.
I'm like, what are you talking about? People fucking put together things and did math? Yeah, that happens, dumbasses. What are you talking about? Just because they're not white, and they drew some pictures of somebody that has a mask on with a beak doesn't mean anything, you dumb cunts. Like, what? No aliens came down to no. You don't know how rituals work and how you show how a ritual works by carving it into a thing. The Native Americans, when they do certain dances, wearing certain feathers and wearing stuff. I was a fancy dancer. I did all I know the grass dancing, we're representing the gods, but we didn't think that they were like, there's a certain level of where it comes from. These idiots go, no, the people that aren't white, they couldn't have figured out how to do. No, idiots. Of course. Why would you not figure out how to do these things?
And it is Slim. You know, when you see certain civilization, is so-called of the white persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh, look what they did. And as soon as it's some brown folks, it's like, there's no way they could have done this. And it's like, sure they can. The same way everybody else did it. They took a real long time with some soft chisels, and they slowly worked it out. It's
That's what I don't get. That the whole world is destined from black people.
Yeah,
I know, it's crazy
that we moved into continents that made us white over, millennia or whatever, and the Bible.
Well,
aliens did it. That's Majestic Becca's got it. Yeah, it's
evangelical
or giants or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but also the thing is like with how you say it, like part of the Bible like also has like a thing where it used to say that black skin was a curse from God.
Yeah, it was Leviticus.
The curse of Ham.
That's the Ham.
The curse of Ham. That was in Leviticus. But you got to admit that the Abrahamic God came from the Middle East.
But people,
they're brown people.
People misuse that completely because that's not 100% what they're. Anyways, the Bible is. Anyways, we'll go over all that dumb crap.
Bobbleheads have worked out how they can make cash out of it. Mega churches, all drive away in fucking Rolls Royces and all that shit, and that's the way that works. But
okay.
We're not talking about religion. We're talking about
other stupid people.
Godzilla.
Well, let's go ahead, and I want to get to. Do we want to do Jersey Devil or Chupacabra?
Chupacabra is a bloodsucker.
Okay, let's definitely do this
we haven't
first.
done the Jersey Devil for a while.
Among the eerie legends that have captured the world's imagination, the Chupacabra stands out as one of the most terrifying. Known for its bloodthirsty nature and strange appearance, this creature has haunted the minds of many across different cultures.
Yes,
with its name meaning goat sucker in Spanish, the Chupacabra has left behind countless tales of fear and mystery. Today, let's dive into the chilling story of this legendary creature.
Well, you only suck goat's milk. It's a giant rat, obviously.
Well, a lot of chickens too.
Well, yeah. It's gonna say goats, cows, and chickens. I believe is the first time that it happens. But we'll go into the numbers right now.
Origins and descriptions. The first reports of the Chupacabra came from locals in Puerto Rico in the mid-1990s. According to witnesses, this strange creature preyed on their livestock, particularly goats.
And so then this is when it says it's all the things in Robertson. And again, it's been all farm animals.
Draining their blood. Descriptions varied, but many agreed on its reptilian appearance, with a spine running down its back. Others claimed it resembled a hairless, dog-like beast, equally bizarre and terrifying.
Wait, what? The spine running down its back?
The legend of the Chupacabra
I have my spine running through my face.
No, none of this makes any fucking sense. Of course.
And
hold on. What they're doing is they're also.
My spine doesn't work.
But I know, but they're also translating it from Spanish to English. So I don't know what they're saying. Like if they're saying a spiny back or other things, right? All we're seeing is this dumbass fucking AI channel translating it to say this. I don't know what it's obviously got to say something different than just a spine back. There's a lost in translation, just like in the Bible.
Across different countries, so did its physical descriptions. In Mexico and Latin America, it is often depicted as a small, alien-like creature with large eyes and spikes protruding from its spine. Meanwhile, in the United States, particularly in Texas, many have described it as a more dog-like beast. These differing accounts have led some to believe that the Chupacabra might be a variant of a known animal, perhaps suffering from a viral disease such as mange, which could explain its unusual sick.
And we do have some photos and videos and carcasses of that, but
investigations and theories. The Chupacabra has been the subject of numerous investigations ranging from scientific research to sensationalized media reports. Some researchers suggest that the sightings are a result of misidentified animals or elaborate hoaxes. For instance, many alleged Chupacabra sightings have involved animals suffering from mange, a disease that causes severe skin conditions and a loss of.
That's most likely what it is, and there's nothing else they're going to tell us.
And what's easier to catch than a farm animal in a cage, right? I mean, you've got the option of tracking down a deer or whatever your food is that's going to run across the forest, versus your chickens or your goats or whatever. They're in a nice little cage for you, and they can't go anywhere. It's easy pickings for any predator.
Yeah, plus, I know human beings that have mange.
Well, they've pretty much determined that there was some wild dogs running around, and they either had mange or they just were nasty from running loose. And again, easy pickings to go to a farm.
There was like 3 different reasons that maybe all of that happened together. Like, not all of those dogs with mange went in and did this. There may have been like other animals that came in and they just found these dogs with mange eventually, like a week later, and shot them and said, oh, they did it because they were close to their farm. There's a lot of weird things that happened with that.
Wasn't the fox in the chicken coop or something? Isn't that the famous story?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much
easy pickings.
Yeah. Well, they didn't find those dogs with mange that close to their farm. They just assumed that they did it, and so it's probably somebody else that did it. It doesn't matter. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but they weren't. There was 3 days later. They shot these dogs with mange on the road that went to their property.
Well, mange is basically dog eczema.
No. It's when there's a lice or a bug or something like that. I think
their hair gets all blotchy and.
I thought it was because of is it viral or is it from a bug? I thought it was from a bug.
Either way, my dog was chewing on his rear end for a while and had a big bald spot because there was something in the skin. So you had to treat the skin condition, and then they quit chewing on it or itching it or whatever, and then the hair.
Okay. So I don't know. But anyways, let's get into the biology of the Jersey Devil.
I did this one.
A piercing scream shatters the stillness of a winter night. In the darkness, something moves between the twisted pines, something that shouldn't exist. Those who claim to have seen it describe something otherworldly, leathery wings, a head as stark and angular as a horse's skull.
See, this is totally the wrong reference of the frames of this creature. This is from the 1600s drawing of something completely different. But I'm just going to keep going because these idiots don't know. No, it's something different. But anyways, I'm going to keep going.
And eyes glowing red that seem to pierce straight through to the soul. For 3 centuries at least, something has haunted the Pine Barrens. People called it the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, it's like
there it is. Yeah. See, it looks horse-like. It doesn't look like that other picture.
Yeah, no, it looks. It totally.
Yeah, it's more horse-looking like. Yeah.
So disturbed.
Yeah, and that's exactly.
Several particularly you were about to say, don't look at it like that in real life, weren't you?
No, I shouldn't say. I've done this. I've done this story, so I won't say that. I'm gonna let it go.
And not, it's what other people have claimed to have seen in real life. Obviously, we don't believe in that.
Well, once again, this is a great example. Most people have not seen the Jersey Devil. They have heard it. They have not seen it.
Yeah.
Night, leaving in.
Then how do they know?
Yeah, and we they don't
screeching
know
in
that.
the
They
woods.
just,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, this
It's
channel's
like,
already proven ghosts and Bigfoot. Why not Jersey Devils?
Well, the other ones are known species, again, misidentified. The Jersey Devil. Here's the problem: it's in one of these small areas. So we already covered the problem having it in a small area.
It looks like an elongated goat.
It makes more sense for something that's flying around and traveling and stops there versus something that actually lives in a small little area of woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mountain goat.
We already went over the horrible reasons for inbreeding because you believe in this stuff.
Inexplicable tracks in the snow.
Well,
like
the
many
reason
legends,
for
the Jersey
inbreeding,
Devil has long been
that's
dismissed
that
as
my
folklore,
cousin was
a
so
cautionary
hot.
tale born from isolation.
What's wrong, Ted?
Don't. I know why you want. Never mind. Shh. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Superstition. Some suggest
God
mass
damn
hysteria,
it.
while others claim nothing more than misidentified wildlife. But as I would discover, the truth behind this legend is far more fascinating, and in some ways disturbing, than anyone had thought. What follows is the complete account of my research into what may be one of the most remarkable and ultimately tragic biological phenomena I have documented. The Jersey Devil is a creature entirely natural in origin, but when encountered in the darkness of the Pine Barrens, it could easily be mistaken for something far more sinister. After all, nature has ways of creating its own monsters.
I mean, or you can just like smoke a bunch of crack and like bash yourself in the face with a hammer and then go out into the wilderness of the Pine Barrens and then experience this. Otherwise, here we go, I guess. I'm just going to get to the beginning of I guess
This is
go into
this
the
is one of those
background.
stories that goes back so many years that everybody's heard it. So again, it's already in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, and it's like grandma's like, oh, you're gonna pay me $10,000 to tell the fucking fake story.
Yeah, this
I'll
stuff
do
goes
it.
back to Ben Franklin days. So it's been told for a while.
Yeah, and then somebody comes up to you and says, hey, well, I'll give you money to tell a story about blah, blah, blah. Pretend that you are the first person in it. Oh, wait, I get to pay it.
This was
Yeah,
one of the
course
funnest
you're-
ones I did because there's real history in it. There's mythology in it. There's false stories brought into it that didn't happen, and there's real stories in it that actually did happen. So it was a real interesting story.
So
I think
we have the
Slim is talking
background
about
right
the
now.
Whittakers in America, the Whittakers, the most inbred family on planet Earth.
Well, that's
Where
not right
everyone
now.
is their fucking own grandpa, brother, or
Yes,
sister.
no, we've talked.
I just saw a video about that. I don't remember their name, but yeah, they're
No, it's
So,
one
yeah.
of them in the Appalachians. Anyways,
Yeah.
so there's hold on, and so there's the background. There's also factor. There's the initial investigation, and the fungus, and also biological mechanisms, and then skeletal and muscular adaptations. And we're talking again. This is for the Jersey Devil biology. Woo! Vocalization
Why do cryptids
changes
throw
and
out a fucking fungus? That's what I want.
behavioral. I know. That's why we're trying to get there. I'm trying to get you assholes to shut the fuck up so we can
Because
get
just
here.
throw out a
I'm
fucking
quiet.
Because-
This stupid dog, as always. He's not being a good boy.
Show you prick. Anyway,
So let's do intro and let's see how far we can get into the craziness of the biology of the Jersey Devil.
The New Jersey Pine Barrens encompass 1 million acres of twisted pitch pines, dense oak, and silty waters. It's an ecosystem that has remained largely unchanged since colonial
Silty
times,
waters,
a remote
okay.
environment where legend and natural history intertwine like gnarled roots. It was
You
here
can do
in
whatever you'd
1735
like.
that the legend of the Jersey Devil was born. The story tells of Mother Leeds, a woman who, upon hearing she was pregnant with her 13th child, cursed her unborn infant in a moment of despair. When the child was
I think most of us know this, and if you don't, this.
And that's the true part. Going. There was a Leeds family.
There was. And maybe they did have that many kids. Back in the day, you did have a gazillion of kids. So I'm not saying this is fucking fake. Just I don't believe that there was a demon that came out of her vagina.
Born, it was said to have transformed into a horrific creature, killing the midwife before escaping up the chimney and into the night. It is strange, perhaps, that such a specific tale would persist for centuries. Stranger still that the descriptions of the creature remain so consistent across time, or at least relatively so. A horse-like or goat-like head, the leathery wings of a bat, a body that walks upright.
This is from Roman times. And or from something else. Why do they keep showing this? I'm so mad that they keep showing this, but I'll just keep going.
You know, Slim, the goat head thing is kind of satanic and stuff. So
almost,
I think that's pretty much where it comes from.
Yeah, but if you read this, why is this backwards? All of this is backwards. Why did you make this backwards, you weirdos?
Why did make that backwards?
I did a lot better job on my video, so go watch my video. It's way better.
Yeah. Yes. Totally. Yes.
I know why they do that. It's copyright.
That is partially true. That's partially true, maybe. But again, why are you showing us this? This doesn't make any sense.
Here's the darkness. As previously mentioned, the most famous encounter came in 1909, when hundreds of sightings occurred across the state. In Bristol, Pennsylvania, a police officer fired at a winged creature moving with impossible speed between the rooftops. In Camden,
is that what happened, or is he just a drunk driving down the street? I mean, we don't have any proof of it.
People found mysterious three-toed
cops never tell the truth,
tracks
so
that seem to begin and end abruptly. Most disturbingly, multiple witnesses described
obviously you don't have to
an unearthly scream that sent their dogs into a frenzy of terror. For centuries, skeptics and scholars have attempted to explain the creature away. Some have suggested a sandhill crane. Others simply point to the psychological effects of isolation, to mass hysteria, to the human tendency to draw out mythology from simple misunderstanding. But none of these explanations fully account for the persistence.
Why do they
of the
keep
legend,
showing
or
it?
for what I
God damn
consider
it!
to be a remarkable consistency in the descriptions. And I have learned that even the most outlandish descriptions cannot be so easily dismissed. And so it was that I began my investigation. And the truth, as is often the case, would prove far stranger than myth. But before we dive into the deeper findings of this investigation,
I am going to sell some perfume or something. Yeah, I know that he's going to go into something. I'm just making sure we're not going into a commercial. Let me just double check. It feels like, there was a commercial right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally getting past the commercial, so here we go. Hey, I have been doing this for way too long because I know what a commercial is coming up.
I am often caught off guard by what my superiors find worthy of investigation, and this was no exception. In any case, we arrived in the Pine Barrens during an uncharacteristically warm October evening. The setting sun cast long shadows through the twisted pines, and already the nighttime chorus of insects and late autumn frogs were beginning to fill the air. My team and I had brought an array of sophisticated monitoring equipment, and so set out to document any unusual activity in the region. Our approach was at...
And how much stuff did you actually find out?
That looks sophisticated.
Besides you just blowing... So he's been blowing smoke up our ass the whole time. There's nothing that he's ever told us. He did not show us anything that he said that he was doing. But I want to go into the fungus just to see what he says.
I will waste no further time in revealing my findings. It is my belief that the so-called Jersey Devil is in fact a chiropteran, specifically multiple individuals of hoary bat, heavily mutated by a fungal disease not unlike Pseudogymnoscus destructans in many ways.
Did you hear that? He is a mutated bat from fungal disease.
That's a new one. I'm with the sandhill crane that he mentioned. That's pretty much what because like I said, they fly in when they're going by, and that's why they aren't always there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a big bird. I haven't heard the bat though. It's a new one.
This is why I told you to be here today, because
I know I have to know these things.
There are things now that I've taught you. All of us have never heard of. Like literally a couple of days ago, I found this out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. Like I have to tell us all this. Like this is where we're at. I mean,
y'all have to check out the Grassman Chronicles. I've been doing it for a while now, and I've got a bunch of episodes on a bunch of different cryptids. So when you have nothing better to do, check out the Grassman Chronicles, and I've covered quite a few of them.
Hey, you basically always have something better to do. No, what are you looking?
Isn't a bat a rodent?
Put in the side chat.
With wings?
Thank you. Let's crack on.
Of course, my research has historically focused on genetic modification and viral infections, and I will readily admit that at first I found myself well outside my usual domain. You see, the fungal growths we found in that swamp weren't present only on the ground. They had infiltrated the entire roosting site, spreading in delicate networks through bark and debris.
There you
Under
go.
the microscope, the fungal cells revealed structures I'd never encountered before. Even among the limited fungal pathogens known to affect wildlife, some of which cause skin lesions or respiratory distress, none had ever been documented triggering such profound developmental abnormalities. Known terrestrial fungi that afflict mammals, such as certain dermatophytes or soil-borne species, generally induce only superficial or
what am I fighting? Never mind. I'm just gonna keep going for just like 2 more seconds.
Why is this all on the water?
I'm literally just gonna go to the next thing.
Because it's stock footage.
I want to go to the skeletal and muscular adaptation.
We just don't have big bats up here.
Alterations occur in the.
That's the thing. I mean, bats up here aren't very big. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here they're like really tiny. Like
they're tiny.
That's it.
They're like just slightly bigger than a mouse. That's why over here.
No, I think you have to go to the tropics.
Actually, just like in German, a flying mouse.
Yeah.
I think you got to go to the tropics to get the bigger bats.
And this is the size of like a rat. Let's just say it's the size of a rat. Let's crack on.
Wing membranes themselves. Normal bat wings consist of thin, highly elastic skin stretched between elongated finger bones. In infected specimens, however, we observe significant thickening of these membranes to varying degrees, accompanied by unusual collagen deposition and increased vascularization. This thickening appears to be an unintended consequence of the fungal interference with additional developmental pathways. The same disruption of growth factors that causes cranial elongation seems to trigger hyperplasia in the wing tissue. The result is wings that appear more robust, almost leather-like, precisely the kind of demon wings described in historical accounts. And in several specimens, we observed even greater changes to the underlying skeletal structure. The radius and ulna, for example, appeared significantly shortened, while the finger bones, particularly digits 3 through 5, showed extreme elongation. This creates an unusual wing profile that fundamentally alters the creature's flight mechanics. Additionally, the bones of the pelvic girdle and hind limbs were significantly modified. The femur exhibited increased length and robustness, while the acetabulum displayed unusual mobility. The tibiae were more prominently keeled, with enlarged attachment points for hypertrophied leg muscles. Amazingly, rather than a complete deformation in which the animal is largely incapacitated, in some individuals, the changes to the lower body enable it to, at times, adopt an almost...
So it's supposedly
it's still a tiny little bat. It doesn't matter, even if it was mutated, it's still just a little bat. It doesn't get you a big cryptid. I don't get the bad angle at all.
No, it's
a bad angle.
So
literal soup. Makes no sense.
All right. I know, yeah, totally. And then all the other thingies of the mabobbers, like there's so much, just like with UFOs, air ghosts, and a couple other things. There is so much video and people that are using their phones and other things to capture stuff that if there were certain things, we would have like definite proof. Are people misusing their information just like we were talking about with the ghost hunting? Yes. Does that make things do certain things that seem like certain things are happening? Fuck yeah. But does that mean that's happening? No. I have to have this certain thing that does this or multiple. Like the joke that we used to have was if it's not in 4K video, it didn't happen. That's
and that's also the thing that you said there's nowadays there's trail cams everywhere. Not just trail cams, just high definition trail cams. Have you seen the footage of some of those trail cams? If a Bigfoot would walk past that, there would be no fucking doubt.
And all the other everythings of the things in the mabobbers, like serially, the problem that we have is with the CCTV cameras that are digital, they're recording over each other, and then you're going to get anomalies. That's what sucks. If somebody 2 days ago walked past the camera and it tried to wipe the image, and then it's at night and it's showing something, and then a white thing moves across, that's just because it didn't.
Yeah, that's usually when it's recorded on tape or something. But like
that's what I'm saying.
Usually
that's what
now
I'm saying.
with the digital
even
stuff,
digital. Well, no, even digital, because digital only like remembers certain things in a certain way in a certain pattern. So sometimes it doesn't wipe that.
Unless you're
little...
around a Bigfoot, they've got the ability to make digital footage look like 1980s footage.
Sure.
And it depends what your camera's set on, what frame rate it's set on, whether you have motion activation turned on.
And
all those different, because it can pick stuff up in mid-stride, and it's only picking up so many frames, and then it looks all weird.
Yeah,
Well,
and there's a handful of...
If I take a picture on my iPhone, I can literally zoom in and see a number plate number from fucking 500 yards away.
But if you're having a webcam that is set around your business, and it's only taking 32 DPI in, and somebody in all white runs across the camera really fucking fast, just like Dave was saying, pretty much, you're gonna see a ghost. Woo!
Can I quickly bring us back to reality and answer Jessica Beck's question? The giant golden crown flying fox is the largest bat on Earth, and it has a wingspan of 5.5 feet average. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
Where are they?
5.5 feet. That's fucking.
Where do they live, though?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked that up.
It's South America.
5.5 feet. That's a
South America.
It's someplace warm. It's someplace warm.
And a slight fun fact, like the bigger bats usually only eat fruit.
Australia, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it might eat people.
where everything is poison, is venom.
Not everything, but
your little bunny rabbits, they'll fucking chew you up and kill you one bite.
Anyways, thank you all very much.
That's Australia for you.
Yes, totally. All right, so tomorrow is Junk News Report. I've got a bunch of robot crazy crap, so we'll see you all over there. Thank you very much, Dave, for being here. You're awesome as always.
Always fun, Slim. Thanks.
Yes,
Love you,
definitely.
Steven.
I don't know if I'll be there 100% because on Friday I'm doing a show down in Denver for Slime Corp. What does that mean? You have to look it up for the event that we're doing there to find out, because I barely know. But I guess we're going to court or something like that, and I guess I'm getting arrested or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you all very much for being here. We'll see you all later. Peace out. Everybody say bye, because we're going to get the fuck out of here. Bye.
Bye, bitches.